So for problem 5.3.9, we have a reaction of 3 moles of H2 with 2 moles of I2 producing 1 mole of HI. So the first thing we should do is balance this reaction that is taking place. We need a 2 in front of the hydrogen iodide, and it wants us to determine the theoretical yield in grams and the percent yield for this reaction. So, we can start by figuring out what is the limiting reagent or reactant. So if I have 3 moles of H2 and 2 moles of I2, I want to figure out which is going to create the smallest amount of hydrogen iodide. By converting to moles of hydrogen iodide, I look at my balanced chemical equation. I have 1 mole of hydrogen for every 2 moles of hydrogen iodide. And so that's going to make 6 moles of HI, whereas the I2, also a 2-to-1 ratio, is going to make 4 moles of HI, so I2 is my limiting reactant. Now, to figure out the theoretical yield, we're going to take our 4 moles of HI and convert that into grams of HI, and if we add it up from the periodic table, the molar mass is 128 grams per 1 mole, which is going to give me a theoretical yield of 512 grams. Now, the problem tells me that I created 1 mole of hydrogen iodide, so I'm going to find my actual yield by multiplying by the molar mass, and I find that I actually created 128 grams of HI. So the percent yield is going to be the actual over the theoretical times 100%, to find that I had a theoretical yield of, or a percent yield of 25%.